What's up, guys? Well, it's that time of year for me. Time to clean my ACs. I'm gonna walk you through what I do to clean my ACs because it's really simple, just about anybody can do it. Make sure before you do any of your AC work, turn off the breaker. You don't want to electrocute yourself while you're sitting on the roof. That wouldn't be any fun. Alright, when cleaning the ACs, another thing you want to make sure is you have a sturdy platform to get up on the roof. Yes, you can use the standard ladder, but it's a straight up and down. It's a little bit harder to be doing that when carrying tools. You want to try to be as safe as possible when getting up there. So, obviously, as a certified technician, there's some other steps that I will be doing that unless you're really comfortable with electricity and some of that stuff, I wouldn't recommend doing. But if you needed that stuff checked, then you could always call a certified tech and they'll come out and check that stuff for you. But I'll just give you a couple tools that are needed for this whole job. First off, you need a Phillips head screwdriver so you can take off the shroud. Then you need some cleaner for the coils in there, and I have two different types, and I'll explain to that as we get the AC open and show you what it is. Need some aluminum foil, right, for resealing up. This is just AC ducted aluminum foil stuff to help reseal some stuff up. A couple rags and a good pair of gloves. Now my recommendation, I know the manufacturer says it's twice a year, which I do. I say twice a year, and they say spring and fall. My thing is when I do it in spring, if I do it early in spring, I'm traveling around and all that stuff, all that pollen is now coming out and getting clean, stuck in the coils, and it winds up just getting dirty right away. So I usually wait until the latter part of spring, beginning of summer, so that when I clean it, I get all that pollen, and I know for summer I am clean, I am good to go, and my AC is going to be running at its maximum peak efficiency. So follow along as I walk you through what I'm doing here, and I'll show you how easy this is. First thing you need to do is take off these 4 screws. Now this is a Coleman, so the screws are going to be on top. I think the newer Colemans, the screws are actually, there's 2 on top, 2 in the front, I think. Just look around, you'll find them. There should be screws all throughout it. And also I have a handy dandy little magnet thing to catch my screws so I don't lose them. You don't need that necessarily, but that's just one of the little tricks of the trade that I use. Now that the screws are off, you want to be careful. This side should come up no problem because it's just straight up and down. The front side here has a little lip, so you got to kind of just pull up. It will just get past that lip, and then you should be able to come straight up with it, see? And it will expose your coils. I will usually just flip the shroud upside down, and that's sometimes where I'll put the screws if I forgot to bring my screw catcher up. Well, as you can see, I might have waited just a little too long. We were up in Indiana and the cottonwoods were pretty bad. Even in Michigan until just recently they stopped. So you can see it's pretty clogged up, and for every square inch of that coil that is clogged, you lose a lot of efficiency. And this is the outside coil. Right? So this is what I use for the outside coil. It's called Frost King. I've got this at Walmart. It's got this little handy dandy brush, which is really nice, so that if you have any bent fins, you can take that and just run it up and down, or you can even clean the AC coils first before you spray it down. So let me go ahead and work on getting that brush down and cleaned up, and then I'll show you how I spray it down. Just a little scraping with the brush, and man, does that look better already. Now let's see how I go about spraying this off here. I start from the bottom, just kind of work my way up, and you'll see this stuff just foaming up. Make sure you get it in every square little inch in there. And then I will also come in on the inside the best I can. It's not the easiest because the fan is there, and you won't get everything doing this. but you'll get a good portion of it. And you just let it sit and do its job. It'll slowly just work and clear out all the dirt and debris in that coil. While that coil's going, we need to work on taking off this back metal piece, right? Because what that is that our evaporator coil's in here. That's the inside coil. So, and that's just a couple screws as well, Phillips head screws to get off. So let's go ahead and go through that process. Make sure you're only taking off the screws on these outside edges, because if you go and pull off the back side, you're going to wind up dropping the control box in there, which is a pain in the butt to get back on. So this is what's the evaporator coil. These are the coils that you breathe, that your breathing air comes from, right? And one thing I know after going through class, this freeze plug is in the wrong spot. But that's okay, I'll get it fixed up and we'll put it back in the right spot and get it working like it should. So this is where the rag also comes in handy. Once I pull this plug out of here, then, because I don't want chemicals and stuff going down into that area, right? So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll use the same brush to just kind of take any of the bent coils out, or fins for the coils out, because same, just like in the front, any bent fins, you lose all the efficiency, right? Just kind of scrape them, get them cleaned up. All right. Now, this is the cleaner I use for the inside, right? Because this is going to be a less harsh chemical, and you don't want something harsh that you're going to be breathing in all the time, right? So this one is way better. I'll have a link for it. You can buy it on Amazon, so I'll have a link in the description for it. But it's just like the front coil, and you just kind of spray it on there. Now this won't foam up as much, it's okay, but it's still doing the same exact thing. Just getting in there, eating all the dirt. Just spray it down really good, and then do the best you can. Go ahead and spray down the back coil as well. And just let it sit and do its job. Meanwhile, as a certified tech, I'm going to be checking some other stuff. Make sure that my AC and my compressor are running efficiently. So, as you can see, the inside coil, nice and clean. Pull my rag back out. Find that freeze plug that I dropped down there. And it's really supposed to go about a fist over and a fist up. So it goes right there. Now time to close up the back of this. Now this is where that aluminum foil tape comes in. You can see where I pulled it off here and here. So now I just gotta rip a little piece off and reseal those spots back up.
Now we are going to do the same thing on the other two ACs.
Alright guys, now that the ACs are clean, last step we have to do is we have to run them for about 10 minutes. There we go. If I could find the light. So I'm going to turn the breaker on, run the ACs for about 10 minutes, take a temperature, make sure they're running nice and cold and everything is working good. I'll come back and show you the temperature once we're done. Alright guys, AC's been running a little more than 10 minutes, more like 20 or so. So let me go ahead and check these temperatures here. So my intake temperature, right, for the AC is about 75. And if I come over here to my cold air, You should see that. Oh yeah, look at that. Cold air coming out. That's a good thing right there. So, it took me a little longer than 30 minutes per AC, and mainly that was because that back AC, you know, the bedroom, that one was dirty because it's gonna run all the time because we can't have a hot room, right? So it took me longer to clean that one. I had to go through that one a couple times, but generally it should take about 30 minutes per AC, and I was checking other stuff, obviously, and ACs are good. We're good to go for quite a few more months. We'll see you guys later.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking our channel. Don't forget to click that bell to be notified when we release another crazy video.